MC Fabrications hand-machined bolt-action pens made out of North Aurora, Illinois are an excellent example of a Kickstarter-backed campaign that greatly exceeded its goals, thanks to two things: a great design and an honest story. In this review, I'll be examining this pen in detail and seeing if it lives up to my expectations. A hand-machined and custom-finished pen for only $20, and it's a bolt action? My attention was certainly had when I first found this campaign on Kickstarter. MC Fabrications' inspiration was actually other successful Kickstarter campaigns. Its founder, Mike Cortese, just ended up getting obsessed with bolt-action pens and decided he would make one for himself. It turned out to be enough of a success that he was able to sell them on Etsy, and he's decided to bring it to Kickstarter to fund more equipment so he could more efficiently and more effectively build these pens himself. What we're looking at is a machined aluminum alloy pen that's about 5 1/4 inches long and 7/16 of an inch in diameter. As you can see, I went for the option of a diamond knurled tooling for the grip area, although he had a variety of other toolings that were options to choose. I also went with the black powder coated finish just because it looked pretty badass, and I thought it was different than the other bolt action pens that I had, which were either anodized or raw. As you can see, the bolt action unit itself is in fact a bolt that is threaded into an inner brass casing inside of the pen, and there's no cap on the pen either. Although these pens are hand machined, they're definitely not hand finished very much, and the unpolished aspects of the pen are the most obvious at the top of the pen, as you can see. Unfortunately, that unfinished nature of the pen is also clearly felt in the action itself, which is rough and gritty. I think the inside of the barrel is just not very smooth. Here, compared to my Booker Plus bolt action pen previously reviewed, which is smooth and anodized on the inside of the barrel, it just is quite a bit less smooth in the hand. I'm actually thinking of doing a little Dremel work inside the barrel of the pen to smooth out the lines that are present from the machining. This has been done in these other bolt action pens. Here I have the Keras Customs bolt action pen, and this pen is also very smooth in comparison. You can see the differences in texture respectively and the levels of smoothness in each of these barrels in these two shots, and it's very clear that the grittiness of the action in the MC Fabrications bolt action pen is really due to the fact that the barrel just simply isn't finished on the inside in any way. The tolerances of the bolt action mechanism actually inside of the barrel are themselves very tight, so you get very little play and wiggle of the bolt action, comparatively speaking, relative to the other two bolt action pens that I have here. It's a tighter fit, which I think actually exacerbates the grittiness that is a result of the inner barrel not being finished. You can definitely see the bolt mechanism wiggling quite a bit more in the bolt action pen, and that's also true of the Keras Customs bolt action pen, where there's just simply a little bit looser tolerances there. For being an affordable pen, it was nice that this pen came with a G2 gel pen insert. This is a very popular gel refill, and it works great. I went with a fine point, and it yields plenty of ink for ordinary writing tasks. Amongst cheap refills, my favorite is still the Lamy 9000, but it is possible to get a Mont Blanc refill, although to me that would be sort of the equivalent of putting a billet engine in a rat rod. One thing I immediately noticed with this pen was, even though the tolerances are very tight in the bolt mechanism in the tip of the pen, inevitably there's just the slightest amount of tapping and wiggle as a result of looser tolerances with the insert and the pen itself. It's a problem, and it's a little annoying, and it's definitely not as present as much in the other bolt action pens that I've owned. The pen disassembles straightforwardly, and the threading is very nice at the writing end of the pen. However, the powder coating is showing some signs of flaking very slightly already. I went with the black powder coated and diamond knurled grip with this pen, which I think befits the kind of rough and ready nature of the pen, but there are some other nice finished pens, both in an acid wash and in a brush finish, if that is more your taste. There was a clip option for this pen which I passed on simply for the reason that I think this pen is a good size to be carried in the pocket. So my initial impression of this pen is unfortunately mixed. On the one hand, I love the gnarly diamond knurling and the nice black powder coat. I like the size and overall feel of the pen in the hand, but there are a number of machining subtleties that seem to have been neglected, and that affects the overall writing experience. However, the price is excellent, and it is quite a bit cheaper than some of the other competitive pens that I've shown here. It definitely doesn't compare in any way to the higher end bolt action pens like the Tie Bolt. I think that it has a lot of potential though, and I hope that this pen continues to be refined and improved. And in the meantime, I think it's going to be a great shop pen and an interesting option to consider if you're looking for an affordable bolt action pen that can be customized to your preferences. Lastly, I don't want to neglect the point that this is someone individually making these pens out of their garage, and I think that there's value supporting these people in the early aspects of their potential career. At least it's a hobby that I mutually share and enjoy, and I'm glad to help someone else develop their skills. In fact, I've backed MC Fabrications' next Kickstarter project, which is an EDC pen, as you can see here. And that campaign is active for about another day, so go check them out if you're interested. Did you back MC Fabrications' bolt action pen, or have you had good luck with another bolt action pen? Make sure to let me know in the comments below, and thank you very much for watching.